What's good? What's good? What's good, people? Listen, y'all catching me after a round of golf. I am fatigued, tired, all of that. But you know what I say? I got to stay consistent. I gotta stay consistent. Got to come on here every Sunday just to make sure we motivated, just to show y'all that we really bought into the process, just to let y'all know that we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. What's going on, people? What's going on? All the way from West Africa. I'm gonna give y'all a couple minutes. You know, we usually start at 7, 8, 9 o'clock, but my guy Ben is in the building. What's up, Ben? Got everybody rolling. Come on, YouTube. Y'all know y'all my peoples. Y'all gotta start representing when y'all get in. YouTube got to hold it down. That's where the Urban Nurse was created. Give everybody a second. I really want to run upstairs then. Matter of fact, y'all just hold tight. I don't know how I do the boo doo boo doo. Hope I ain't lose nobody. Hope I ain't lose nobody. What's the word today? You know I'm coming with something. You know I'm coming with something. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Hey, Yama, I'm gonna need you to chill out. You post a lot of this is not a form, so I'm not gonna be paying any mind, but we also want to make everybody else that's in the live feel comfortable. So let's slow down, please. All right, we in and we locked in at 7:01. And that's how I'm looking at it. Whoever's here is here. You can catch it on the back end whenever I do record it. I mean, whenever I do get the record and upload, that's if I get it upload. But you could be anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with me. So I appreciate that. Welcome back to another Sunday segment with the Urban Nurse, the one and only your boy. Like I just said, I just got off the golf course, dead tired, but I said I'm gonna be here every Sunday and I'm gonna give y'all a word so I can, stay tried and true to the message that I'm pushing. So in today's Sunday segments, also please save all questions, comments, concern to the end. If you do got a question, throw it up there. I'll try to backtrack. Not too many people really engaging in that way, so I'll still be able to see it. But let me get to the spiel real quick. So listen, in today's Sunday segment, I just wanted to talk about paying yourself first, right? So, some people get paid every Friday, some people get paid every other Friday. And just the process and the mindset when you get paid, I feel like there's got to be a huge mindset shift because come Friday when people get paid, let me tell you how the money transacts, right? So your job, send it to your bank deposits into your account. Then everybody come to get their piece of the pie. That's if there's any pie to take, because you might be in a negative. Yeah, if you live in paycheck to paycheck, then we got a problem. But your money get deposited in, your bills get taken out, whatever discretionary spending you got coming taken out, you paying Starbucks, you paying Target, you paying Walmart, you paying everybody else. And then what's left at the end of the day, we're not going to count what you contributing to your job, right? We don't know how long we're gonna be at that place. We're gonna have to roll that money over anyway somewhere. But we don't count that retirement and that part of saving and investing. We do, but just not in this concept. Now, everybody else then got paid, everybody else then got their money, and then it's what's left over for you, right? What's really left over for you. So when you pay yourself first, that is when you prioritize savings and investing in yourself first. So that can be whether it's through learning a new skill, but I'm primarily thinking about consistently every paycheck, taking out some money and depositing it into some type of, whether if you just want to start off with a high yield savings account or some type of taxable brokerage account or something. We got to start really investing in ourselves and making the money that we are working for grow so that we can end up buying our time back. Okay. Now, one of the big things I want to talk about where we fall short in paying ourselves first is our financial habits, right? And a big financial habit that I suffer from myself. I promise you, I'm no different from you guys. I just it's yeah, no different from you guys. I just experienced it, went through it. I see the difference. I know the difference. I know, they say if you knew better, you do better. Yeah. Now that I know better, I'm doing better. We can't revert backwards. But what a lot of people are doing is we are avoiding our finances. So a big financial stress is purely avoidance, right? So come Friday, you got paid. You go out Saturday, you might go to brunch Sunday, you swiping your card, you paying your bills, you hitting the Apple Pay, all of this other stuff. You're not thinking about that number that's going down. That's if you even knew what the number was after it got deposited. So we swiping our card, we spending this money just unconsciously. And then comes Monday, Tuesday, really around that Wednesday mark, that Tuesday, Wednesday. Then we that's if you decide to look at your bank account and look at your expenses in which you've done. But some people don't. And it just goes on week by week by week, month by month by month. And you're not really managing your finances. You're not really managing your income. You're not managing your money. So when we're not looking at it, we're not paying attention to it. We know, damn, I've been spending a lot of money. I know you guys had that feeling when you went on vacation. When we go on vacation, when I go on vacation, I act up, right? So I act like that. I act like I'm living the life that I'm trying to attain. People do that here at home. I just do it out when I'm on vacation because I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm in a different country on the beach. This is just not my everyday living, right? So you guys know when you you travel foreign country, you spending the currency exchanges going on. You're not worried and looking at your bank account, but when you come home and now you got to pay for all them decisions you was just having fun with, popping bottles and taking the tequila shots and all of now you got to come home and think about those decisions, right? And a lot of time we still avoid them. We ain't gonna. I'm gonna just put it on a credit card. This is the fate. Put it on a card, and I'm gonna pay it off in 30 days so that I don't get that interest charge. Knowing damn well you don't pay it off in 30 days, it just ends up rolling over to the next month, more interest, and you end up paying more in the long run for the trip than you initially accounted for, right? So avoidance, the big issue in avoidance, not looking at I'm looking at my bank account every day. Not saying you got to do that. I'm on a little extreme, and that's why I'm a financial advisor. But I'm looking at my bank account. You should at least be looking at it on a weekly basis. Also, with another strategy to use as you're looking and you're managing your money, tracking how much you spent each week. You should know how much you spent outside of your bills each week on Starbucks, on breakfast at the hospital cafeteria, on the vending machine. I mean, every transaction should be followed and accounted for. So, all right, this week I spent $300. All right, another week you might have spent $350. Then another week you might spend $200. You're like, oh, that was a good week. We was in the crib chilling. We was bored. Nothing was going on. Little money was getting spent. Now that extra money, that once we start doing that and we can kind of knock that down to, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was living by myself right now, I would probably be at less than $100 a week in expenses and things spent, like money outside of my bills, because I got all my bills on auto draft. I know when they coming out. I know which day of the month they coming out, but I don't really got to worry about it because I know the money is going to be there. Now it's the expenses that you don't account for, them Celsiuses that I need to start my day. Yeah, I know I'm accounting that into my weekly. I got at least 4, and they about $3. Sometimes you might catch them $2.50. Sometimes you might catch them $2.10 at a good hospital. But I know I can get 3 of those a week. I got to get 3 of those a week just to get me through my 312s, right? So that's $9, $10 a week accounted for. I know but we ain't getting up there. So I pack my lunch. Another good thing. A lot of people don't pack their lunch. I don't know why, but go to the grocery store, take your ass to the grocery store, get some groceries for the week, for your 3 days that you got to work, and pack your lunch. Because that's another thing. You swiping that money, you on the unit, you and the unit secretary, y'all ordering pizza, ordering whatever is near. 3 times a week, $20, add it up. Add it up. So stop avoiding looking at and understanding how much you're spending, because it's only going to snowball and just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I ain't even get to debt. I just got to what you were spending. Let's not get into put it on the card, because 9 times out of 10, you're putting it on the card because you really can't afford it. When you feel like you got to pull out a credit card, and it's not because you want to get points or use benefits from it, and it's, I don't have this in my physical account, I'm going to use this and pay later. Everything, they got the whole get now, pay later, and you're going to pay it later. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to forget about it. And it's just going to go over to the next month and get added on to the next time you want to spend something or go out. Outside costs a lot of money, people. Outside costs a lot of money. So next thing I want to talk about, everybody's asking about the formula. What is it that we got to do in order to get out of healthcare? What is it we got to do to get out of nursing? Let me just say this first. I ain't the formula guy. I'm just the preacher to motivate you to get out. I have a formula, right? But you got to figure out what your formula is. And it's only really 3 ways to really get out of nursing or get out of the healthcare system. I say nursing because I'm a nurse. But when I'm talking, like, I'm speaking to all of my healthcare professionals, everybody on the interdisciplinary team, right? The only way to get out is either starting a business, investing in real estate, or investing in the stock market. Only 3 ways to get out, because these are only 3 ways you have ownership of something, and whether you have equity in something, and you're making money from the asset. Only 3 ways. You tell me a way, I'm gonna tell you how it fall into them 3 categories. And if it's not, then you really don't have no ownership, and you just working for somebody else. You're an employee. But regardless of how high you go, the DON, the director of nursing at these, she's a direct employee. She's right in the rat race with us. Everybody, it don't matter as long as you under the institutional umbrella. And that's why I'm a big advocate of real estate, because in real estate, you have ownership. You get appreciation from the property without doing it, unless you fix it up. But just over time, the growth in the value of the area can increase the value of your property without you having to do anything. So it's building wealth that way. If you start a business, now you have an asset that's generating you revenue, that's generating you money, that's now paying you, right? You invest in the stock market, you have ownership of a company. That's what a stock is. So you have ownership of a company that you're a part of. So as investing as much, or investing into a broader spectrum, like an index fund or something like that. But investing in the stock market, you got people that's making a lot of money trading. But that's a skill that you got to learn. You got to learn that, just like you went out and you learned nursing with real estate. You got to learn it just like you went out and you learned whatever specialty or healthcare professional that you are. You had to go to school, and guess what you did? You picked up a book. That's the first thing y'all do when we go to school, is pick up a book to learn the skill to be the professionals that we are. So if you want to get out, you got to pick up a book to learn the skill that's going to pay you and pay your way out. Now, some avenues are faster than other. If you start a business, it's going to be hard because now where's the money coming in to fund the business, right? So you can do the entrepreneur thing, still work full time, and use your nursing money to fund your business that's going to ultimately get you out at some point. If it's the real estate, you got to learn the real estate and engulf yourself and become a part of that lifestyle, because real estate is then you're going to get out of healthcare, you're going to become a real estate professional, and then you're going to be in real estate all the time. I think people, when they hear get out of healthcare, they just think I'm going to get out and I'm going to go and do nothing. You still got to earn your keep around here. You still got to work. You still got to make money. So now what are you going to use that healthcare money to invest in that's going to make you money? That's the formula. And then if you really want to turn it up, this is the formula to run up an M. You have your job or you have your business, you invest into, you use that money, the revenue that you generate from your business or your job. Let's not say business. You use your job as a nurse, right? Your W-2 income. You use that, you invest into real estate. The money that you earn, the net positive cash flow that you get, which it might not be a lot, but this is a long-term process over 10 years, 20 years that we're building our portfolio, and it's going to continue to grow. And the cash flow is going to grow because we're going to be purchasing more properties. But you use that money to invest in real estate. You make money from your real estate, but the money that you also invested to buy the property, it's just sitting there. So let's say you take $60,000 invested to a property. It's now in the property. You can go and you can touch that. It's physical, it's tangible. And that $60,000 is now making you, let's just say, extra $200 a month. Because when you get a rental property, you don't get the full rent. You got to break it down. So you might get $200 a month. And that's $200, $300, $400 a month off a good private, 400 high end. You got to really run your numbers right and know your numbers in the area that you're in. But if you're making an additional $200 a month, now let's multiply. You get another property. That's another $200. And you can make a plan to where as though you're now trying to get to a point where you're getting $1,000 a month. And then you can figure out, okay, how to scale that up. But you take your money, invest it in a real estate, use the money from real estate, and then you invest it into another business, which would be like putting that money back into the stock market. You do that cycle, come in, boom, come in, boom. You do that for the same amount of years, you still was going to be a nurse anyway. You still was going to be working in a hospital anyway. So instead of living life like it's no tomorrow, not trying to make any sacrifices, having that fear of missing out, like you're going to miss out on something as if anything is changing, Jamaica still gonna be Jamaica. People still gonna be taking pictures in Dubai. Dubai only gonna get better, so you ain't gonna really miss out on nothing. It's just like nothing is going nowhere, and you putting yourself in a far worse financial situation when the world is and the finance of the world is only getting harder. It's only getting harder. So the money that you're making now ain't even gonna stretch in 30 years. So why? Let me moisten my throat. So why use this money to live your life now and thinking that you're going to invest a little bit? Oh, I'm going to just invest through my job and do this, that, and third, but I'm going to live my life now and put some away to savings, and then come 2045. And you're like, damn, this little measly, let's even say it's $100,000, because a lot of nurses not making six figures. Now, let's say it is six figures, right? You got to really hustle in order to make six figures in healthcare, unless you live on the West Coast. We know California nurses. But let's say $100,000 today is not going to be $100,000 in 2045. It's not. McDonald's probably going to be $20 for a Happy Meal. I'm just saying. So I don't want to be the guy on my soapbox standing up, yelling, screaming, the world is falling. But as healthcare professionals, we see the entire life cycle play out in front of us. We see it every time. We see it every day. We see babies being born. We see the kids, young adults, everybody coming in getting sick. But I worked in the ICU, I worked in the ER. I seen a lot of the life cycle that I haven't experienced yet. And that's a lot of older people, a lot of our geriatric population. And I talk to them a lot, and I try to just give me some game. Help me not make the mistakes that you made. That's what I like to say. Like, if you can go back and talk to your younger self, what would you say? Help me not make the mistake that you make, in order to really create that atmosphere, that bonding atmosphere. But I listen to their game, and a lot of it come down to finances. And a lot of it come down to financial regret because they didn't do what they were supposed to do when they were supposed to do it. And now a lot of the times that people are in the hospital, especially at the older age, because they're coming from these shitty ass rehab facilities, shitty ass nursing homes, they don't have their family there, or they don't have the means to take care of themselves, and they deteriorate. But sad to say, sorry to say it, it's probably because the financial decisions that they didn't make early on. Because I've done, what do you call it, mobile IV therapy, and I've went into some nice assisted living, some nice independent living, some nice retirement homes. I mean, where they got the chefs coming out to give hors d'oeuvres, walking around in the cafeteria. Like it's some really nice ones, and those people happy. They got the racquetball, or what's the new one? I forgot what the new tennis joint is. But they got that. They, the pool thing and the aerobics, they get into it. But it's because they was the rich one. They put their money away knowing that they was gonna come to this. So it's like, oh, it's the worst thing I want to do is live rich and die poor. That's the worst thing. Because it's not about how you live, it's really about how you die. It's really about, if you think about it, it's not about how you live, it's about how you die. So start planning now, putting the pieces together now, so that we can put ourselves in the right position. That's really much all I wanted to talk about today. If I could say one thing, it's really overcoming the mental barriers, guys. You guys, in your own way, nobody's coming to save you. The only person that's going to be able to help you and get you out of the position that you're in right now, or the only person that's going to be able to take you to that next level, is you. So you really got to change that mindset up there. And if your mindset, what you see as success, or what you see is worth spending your money on, at the end of the day, is for the validation of the peers and those around you, and not truly for what you want, you're hustling backwards. Listen, that's it, people. That's it. Let me go through these questions. Let me go through these comments. Don't do this. I just came back from Jamaica. Listen, Nurse Chris, right? I hope you planned that trip out, and we put money away for Jamaica versus paying off the trip from Jamaica. That's the mindset shift. Let me run it up now, but at work, run it up for Jamaica versus the back end, the kickback, and trying to pay Jamaica off. So I hope we did that. Yeah, we got to start sacrificing. We got to start. I'm looking at the YouTube comments right now. Bitcoin is a way. All right, whatever your risk preference is. Some folks get into Airbnb too. Real estate is real estate, whether it's short-term rental, mid-term rental, long-term rental, fix and flip, commercial. Real estate is real estate. It's investing into something. Airbnb is a business. Real estate, long-term, short-term, mid-term, is a business. It's investing into something, trying to make something from it. You cannot save to be rich. You have to invest in yourselves and your business. Yes. You mentioned learning real estate by reading. What was that? Can real estate be learned reading books? Yes. Can you learn how to save somebody's life by reading a book? I did. I mean, we got some clinical stuff too, but majority of the stuff was learned from a book. So it's like you got to read to build the foundational knowledge basis. So let's say we ain't reading no books in nursing school. Then you come in the hospital, they using all this jargon that you don't understand. They talking about all these equations. You got to build up a foundational knowledge basis. Get that HGTV, all that out your head, because you're the investor. You're not the contractor, the repair. So you got to understand what a cap rate is. You got to understand what an ARV is. You got to understand certain terms that you only going to learn from a book. And why would you not want to go and learn it from a book versus depending on somebody else to tell you what it is? You might not even know what they talking about. But if you go to somebody else, you know what you talking about. You can really do your due diligence with them. Like, is he up on game? And then if he is, then you proceed forward. You have to invest in an avenue in order to get rich. It takes dough to make bread. Oh, I like that one. What's your thoughts on purchasing land right now? I'm not in the land purchasing. That's not my strategy. So I really don't look into it. I'm a buy and hold single family, multifamily rental investor. So I don't really like talking about much that I don't know. But purchasing land is a great idea. But purchasing the land for what? Are you purchasing the land to develop it? Are you purchasing the land just to say you got the land and paying taxes on it? What you doing? What you doing with the land? Now, if you purchase the land, you develop it, build up a house or build up an apartment complex or something. Now we talking moves. But what's the plan after the land? It don't just stop at the land. You know what I'm saying? How many doors do you gotta own to replace your nursing income monthly salary? I don't know. With that, you gotta break down the numbers on what you make, Tay. You gotta break down the numbers on what you make, and you gotta break down the numbers on what's the market in your area. What's the rents that you're gonna be getting? Because in Baltimore, we might cash flow. Oh, hold on. Got some. Oh, I thought we was having some Instagram issues. Your income is different, but in Baltimore versus California, the rents are different. So that means the initial down payment, the return on your investment, the cash on cash return, it's different. So you really got to be able to break down your what you make on a monthly basis, what your salary is, and then what you need to do in the area that you're going to invest. So you got to be ready to invest to start to make this breakdown so that you can actually get in more detail and get as detailed numbers as possible. Are you in Baltimore? Is that the right market for a fixer flipper? Yeah. Baltimore is a great market for fix and flips. But you gotta know the area. You gotta know the game. Hold on, we are having troubles on Instagram and this edit. If not, continue to try to create. Uh, I was on questions anyway, so they just going Instagram will have to be SOL. What we talking about Instagram now? I'm gonna read the Instagram comments to YouTube. The topic about real should be the same people. What do you normally shoot in golf? Under 80. And it's about me so much. Okay. Or this time. Okay, bro. Bro, we talk about golf. Boom. Stumbled upon this live randomly on some nurse. How 10 years. How do we start? Boom, boom, boom. My people appreciate the game. Boom, boom, boom. Are you completely done with nursing healthcare field? Boom, boom, boom. Build a group home. Yeah, we ain't lot Instagram. We done with Instagram, guys. Instagram always messing up. But that's it. That's all I want to talk about to you guys today. Hopefully, that game was useful. Any feedback you guys can give, I appreciate it. But that's it. I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully you have a wonderful, amazing, motivated week. Hopefully we working with some intentions now. Hopefully we going to work with some some intentionality and some purpose to use this money for something else and stop just trying to get by, because you're gonna be surviving forever if that's the case. But I see you when I see you.